Hello guys, in the previous video lecture we have shown the Blink application which is installed on the Talos B hardware mode. So in this video we will learn how we can modify the existing program in the app folder and how we can embed that program onto the hardware. So the previously Blink application actually turn on all the three LEDs with some pattern. So what it does, it simply causes the LED 0 to turn on and off at 4 kilohertz, LED 1 to turn on off at 2 kilohertz, and LED 0 to turn on and off at 1 kilohertz. So the effect is like we have three LEDs are displaying, and they all are displaying a binary count of 0 to 7 every 2 seconds. So we will program our Blink C files in such a way that they will display the count of 0 to 7 in every 2 seconds. So this is a Blink fc.nc configuration file. So the all configuration files are started from the configuration keyword with the configuration file name and followed by the implementation of this configuration file. So in this implementation we are declared the system defined components along with this along with the user defined component, and we will wire the components which is in the system or which is in the TinyOS operating system, and we link those components with the user defined components. Here we declare three variables of already existing component of timer milli-C as timer 0, 1, 2, 3. So we declare three system defined variables, then these variables are wired by the user defined variable. So on your left hand side all the user defined components are there, on your right hand side all system defined components are there. So we use these system defined components in order to make a service for the user defined components. So all this file uses mainc.boot, which is a system defined component. So it provides some services to Blink C. Similarly, timer 0, which is a system defined variable, provides some services to Blink C timer 0. Okay, so all the right hand side components provide some of the services to the user defined components. Similarly, now we can also create a component graph. So if you write any application or if you compile any application on some hardware, then you can also see that how many components are there, how many how the components are linked with each other. Okay, so this is similar to the documentation which we create in Java language. Similarly, we can create a documentation for the Nessie or Talos B language. The command for the same is make Talos B docs. So let's see how we can make the documentation of our previously compiled application. So just go to the Blink folder in order to create the documentation of this file. So I just write here cd blink, go to the Blink folder and type this command make Talos B docs. So this will create all the documentation for this program. It will take some time and it will store the documentation in the doc folder. Okay, so let me show you. So this is the folder in TinyOS directory. We have a doc folder. In that it will there is a Nessie doc folder, and in this Nessie doc folder there are different folders for the hardware. So if I compile my if I run this command by Talos B, it means it will create a directory with the name as a Talos B. If I run the same command by MicaZ mod, then the folder which is created in Nessie doc is MicaZ. So based on the hardware, the folder is created in the documentation. So I go to the VirtualBox. So already documentation is created. Now you just go to the directory, home directory, inside the TinyOS release, go to doc folder, go to NestDocs, go to TalosP, then here it is a index.html. I open this file with the Firefox browser. So this file will give you the configuration file, like this is a snapshot for the BlinkFC configuration file, in which BlinkC is connected with the main C, timer milli-C, there are 3 timers of this instance, and the LED-C. So we can also see the definitions for each of the component, whether it is a system defined or user defined. We can see all the definitions, all the components inside it when we have in this document. So this document is open here. So let me show you the same document, which is BlinkFC. So these are the interfaces which is used, and this second component is a component folder. So these are the components which has been used by this application. So some of the MSP 430 commands are there, platform dependent commands are there. Now let's check the BlinkFC. So this is the wiring for the BlinkFC. So this BlinkC, which is a user defined component, which is connected to a system defined component, that is main-C and LED-C, and 3 instances of timer. So let's see what is in LED-C. You can see you can just click on this LEDS, and the definition is shown here. This LEDS core is calling LEDS P, and this further calling platform LEDs C. Okay, you can also check out in the platform LEDC or the LEDC P, LEDs P. Okay, so here is the platform. For each LED there is a MSP 430 microcontroller is attached, which is further connected to this MSP 430 general OC. Okay, so we can go in deeper and deeper with the hardware when we digging out these wirings. So let's also check the configuration for the BlinkC file. So this is my BlinkC file. In BlinkC is a user defined file in which we declared some of the user defined functions for working. So these are the interfaces which is used: boot, LEDs, and these are the 3 interfaces for timer. Okay, so we already check what is a boot interface. So boot interface notifies the interface that notifies the component when TinyOS is booted. Okay, so these are the interfaces which is used. So by this command we can check the documentation, or we can also say it as a component graph. So the component graph can be shown by this command. Okay, now next is what are the modules and states. So in modules we can declare the state variables, and any state a component declares is private. No other component can name it or directly access it. So the module is nothing but components. We have we can say that modules can contain different components. In order to achieve one module, we can have different components, and in each component can have different states, or some private variables are there which is used as a state of that component. So the only way to communicate between these components can directly through the interfaces. So we have different components, and we can communicate between these components via interfaces. So every module or a component provides some of the interfaces by which the communication can be take place. So like in BlinkC example, these are the some of the interfaces which this application is used. So this timer, we use this timer interface, and we can create 3 instances of this timer interface. We use the LEDS interface and boot interface. Both interfaces has been used. In the implementation section of this module, we fire three or four events. In first event, there is a booted event. When your hardware is booted, it will call the or initialize these three timers, timer 0, 1 and 2, with this 250, 500 and 1000 milliseconds. In second event, the timer 0 is fired, and on the firing of timer 0, it will call the LED 0 toggle interface function of the LEDS. So what it does, it will toggle whenever the event is fired, it will toggle the LED. So if it is blinking, it will turn off it, and if it is off, it will turn on it. So similarly, timer 1 will handle the LED 1 and timer 2 will handle the LED 2. So we apply 3 timers on 3 LEDs in this BlinkC module. Now in this video, we will modify the existing BlinkC module with a name Blink Single. So what is the drawback with BlinkC module? We require 3 timers in order to control 3 LEDs. What if we reduce the size of the variables which is required? Means if I instead of declaring 3 timer variables in the interface or using 3 timer variable of the same interface timer, what if I use only one variable? So the size of the program which is to be write on the hardware is less, and because we know that we have limited memory and limited hardware capacity, so it is efficient to have less number of variables in our program. So you can write these commands on your terminal. So go to the app folder, copy the blink in a new folder called blink single. So this will copy all the configuration and source file to the blink single. Then go to the blink single folder and edit the source file of this blink single, that is blinkc.nc. When you when you open the source file, instead of the previous source file, you will just write the code or just write the event for the timer 0. So in the timer 0, you just write here counter, take a counter variable. So in the implementation part, you declare the counter variable initially. I will show you the file, and then we have used the hexadecimal notations in order to condition to be true or false. So if this counter is true, then it will call that LED 0 as on. If this condition is false, so it with each if there is a else part, so it will turn on or off the LEDs. Similarly, the second if will turn on the LED 1 and off the LED 1, and the third one turn on the LED 2 and turn off the LED 2 if the condition satisfied or dissatisfied. So in one function or one event, I will control the 3 LEDs by the if and else conditions, and these two events, in these two events, I just comment the body part. Okay, so let me show you the output of this same blink single. And in that one, these are the files in the blink single folder. So I will just show you the updated file for the this blink single. So just open it in the editor, blink c.nc. So it will open in the editor. I will show you the definition. So in this one, I just embed insert one component variable. So this file have you can because the timer variable is not used anywhere, so I can delete these two variables from the source file. Okay. Only one timer variable is there. In the implementation, I just declared the uint unsigned int with the 16-bit type variable counter, which is initialized to 0. This is a state variable for this module, and this state variable is changed in switch case, oh sorry, if else ladder. So because timer 1 and timer 0 is not exist now, so I can just directly delete it. Only one timer 0 variable is there, which is an event is created for the same. Okay, now after this event, just delete these events, other two events which is there, and save it. So I just save the program and close the file. Okay, so go to the terminal and close the file. Control C, it will close the file. Okay, now because we have modified the blinkc.nc file, we need to modify the app file also. So just modify gedit blink app. So it will open the blink appc folder. We just because timer 0 and timer 1 and 2 is not there, so we need to modify the app file according to those timers. So if any wiring is done by timer 1 and 2, we need to delete it. So there are wiring, they are the component declaration for 1 and 2 which is not required, and these two timers are not there, 1 and 2, so I just delete it. So these two variables are deleted. You save the file for configuration file, go to the terminal, and press Ctrl C. Okay, now so the file are updated. Now we need to compile it. So make telos b will compile the project. So the ROM size is reduced. If you watch the previous video, when we have compiled the blink application, then the ROM size is greater than this program. So you can check again. So the ROM size is reduced. Also the RAM size is also reduced for the same. Now we need to embed this program on the hardware. So for that I just plug in the hardware again onto my system, check whether the hardware is plugged in or not by the modelist command. So hardware is there. Now I just run make telos b reinstall BSL, the device name TTY USB 0. Okay, so you can see that there is a error with the writing. So before that, you need to write. So the error is that could not open the port DV TTY USB 0. It means you cannot have the write permissions to do the so just allow the write permissions, sudo chmod, I will give over the permission to this device TV / TTY USB 0. Type the password, then again run the same command make telos b. So now it will erase the previous program and run the program on this device. Now I can see here the blink application. This program is also configure the blink application, but with only one timer variable. So by this modification we reduce the size of our program, and we can also the purpose of the program is remain same, but it will reduce the size. So if size is reduced, the number of packets can be reduced, and the energy which is required by the Telos B mode is reduced. So thank you very much for watching this video. In next video we will see how we can print something on our console or terminal by the sensor mode hardware. Thank you very much.